Black Samurai, Two Geeks and a Nerd Productions. We'll tell you why we took that breath. Along with my business partner, brother, and friend, Debonair Donnell. Where we are the geeks, you are the nerd or the nerds. But we'll go with nerd because we've been doing that. And we all are the nerdiest. Now, this is usually something that we don't do. But we are going to do a quick, very quick, because I know this is late, but I just wanted to give my opinion on the Atlanta Housewives, kind of our first review. I am going to see about reviewing Candy and the Gang. That may be the only reality show I watch. I honestly support and only watch the reality show black shows like Photo Mac, Housewives of Atlanta, what's that Martha's Vineyard. I was gonna do reviews, and other than Photo Mac, I haven't made it through any of these shows. I want to support these shows because obviously I'm black, they're black reality shows. But I don't know. Reality has become reality shows have become so staged, so predictable, plot lines, not even real plot lines. I think they've been taking a break on Twitter. I know Love and Hip Hop used to do too much Twitter, and that would ruin everything. At least Hollywood, which I don't think is coming back. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop, none of the franchises. I've actually just real quick, just to talk. Let's just have a little conversation. Watch a lot of old '90s stuff actually, like Half and Half, the Steve Harvey Show, One on One, 227. Well, 227 is '80s. All other shows I mentioned came on UPN back in the '90s and helped build that network to the CW, and there's a interesting history behind that. I've seen other videos on it. I might, maybe, I'll just do a little history on that. We'll see. We're trying to expand channel and give it more content besides our scripted content. But anyway, getting back to this. I know that was a long ramble. This shows my excitement. So also, gonna miss the Whether You Like It or Not panel with Scotty by Nature. Scotty I mention a lot because I've gone to him for help. With how to stay consistent, things for the channel. Scotty has been wonderful, answered all of our questions. So a special shout out to Scotty by Nature, which I will be tagging in this video. So like I said, I know this is late. It really took a lot for me to muster up the energy to do this video, and I'm going to keep it real short, and I'm going off complete memory. I don't want to sell none of y'all short who see this, so I'm really going to put in an effort for y'all. So a combo of the season, the fashions, and reunion 1 and 2. The season started off decent, went crappy. Why, you may ask, it went crappy. The problem is, and I only made it through half the season. I stopped watching. Saw the reunion. After that, I forgot what episode I stopped at. I believe it was literally half of the season. And that boy and his production company, Eric, have been getting a lot of, they were saying unalive threats and stuff like that. He claims he has nothing to do with the editing, how people are shown. Then what you do, I don't know. You are the producer, but producers make the final decisions, I believe, and approve the work. So You might not be holding the camera. You probably are possibly in the editing room, but one way or the other, you're watching the product, finish or through the process. That's what a producer does, and approves what should be shown, what shouldn't be shown in the episode's finalization. So, and here's the problem, Eric. Not my business partner Eric, but this Eric. I think it's Fuller. You just need to produce. Everybody on the show just needs to film, edit, PA, best boy, if there's a best girl, lighting, all that. That's all y'all need to worry about. It's these people on the show responsibility for their plot lines and how they're going to show themselves and what they're going to show. You don't have to add, but you have your favorites, which is why the show is terrible. You need to just let the show be a show. And if any of the people on the show, these women on the show, and let's do a rundown. Thirsty Metal Sonia, MasterCard Billy Goat Mugshot Marlo, who likes to be on her knees. Yeah, I said it. I don't believe she lays it low and spreads it wide and have money left on the well, maybe pop. Well, no, I don't think she has money left on the dresser. Maybe a check, or put directly into her Zelle account or bank account, whatever. I don't know what to call this thing. And She-Hulk ain't it field. Let's make this clear. They invite you back on the show because they know you're the community clown. Delusional community clown. And you going in on Candy the way you did. You look jealous. They probably told you to do it for the reason not only are you jealous of Candy, which y'all do. I mean, yeah, there's a Candy train, but let's keep it real. She has or appears to have the most money out of everybody. She is the highest paid, and I believe Kenya is the second highest paid. So it's interesting that y'all are targeting the two highest paid, which is typical corporate capitalism. I know that was a long word. Typical corporate capitalism. Meaning, I think part of that is I can only allow you to make so much. You're not going to make more than me. I'm the one who's supposed to sit on my butt. And you do the labor so I can keep sitting on my butt. When I'm sure what Candy and Kenya are getting paid isn't affecting anybody else's pay scale. But those people worry, they worry about their trips to Greece. Like I said, being able to lay around, maybe their mansions or houses in other countries, ride their private jets, which nothing's wrong with that lifestyle. Now, the difference between Candy is that Candy is an example of what a successful person looks like with many businesses. She made it clear. I gave them my schedule. Y'all obviously didn't want to work with her schedule because y'all sent MasterCard Billy Goat Mugshot. Shout out to Here for the Real T Terrence, because that's where that name originally comes from. To go after her. You sent She-Hulk Ain't It Field after her, and Thirsty Meadow Sonia is just a follower. She figures she's going to be messy, is going to keep her spot. But as people have been saying, you working for the wrong team. Let me give you a shout out. Now I know Alexander. Shout out to Alexander Rogers. I'm probably gonna be shouting some people out. Used to refer to Nene as the moose. But I don't know. I don't kind of want to call Nene. We call Nene a moose for fun, but I don't know. There's a part of me that says don't call that woman no moose, because that can be offensive. Oh, the other names are just truthful, as far as them three. Drew does seem to be acting. I'm sorry to say, Drew, Sonya breaking funny on you like from the last season, and her very forgettable this season. Excuse me, Thirsty Metals. Again, on the wrong team. Ugh, or ugh. That's how we should do it. It was exhausting. Like I said, they just need to produce. Stop playing favorites. And I really was gonna go in on Miss Fuller, but I decided not to, just because of my brand. And but there's some things I got to say. And again, you're the head, you're the leader. Let me tell you something about leadership real quick. You're the face. We've seen you. Your picture has been posted. We've seen some other people in production. Seen some other YouTubers pour it on and show pictures of other people in production. But again, you are the producer, which means you have the deciding factor on what is shown. You might not hold the camera. Some producers do. Some producers direct. Some producers edit or in the editing room with the editor. So you keep getting all this heat because just like you love to kiss on jealous necks, shout out again to Scotty by Nature, who is Giselle Bryant from Housewives of Photomac. Shout out to Alexander Rogers, because that's where I got Photomac from. We're going to give everybody their credit when I use their terms. I'm sorry for the pause, y'all. I'm really pushing myself to do this video because the season was just that tired. And I really want Atlanta Housewives to be back on top. But it would take a new production company and a recasting. If they do keep someone, keep Drew, because Drew is young. She's good for the young crowd. Keep Candy, because Candy is the money. I'll say Kenya doesn't have the money, but Candy is the money. And this show is watched for people with a certain lifestyle or trying to convince us they have a certain lifestyle. Candy, I don't think, is trying to convince us. Kenya seems to have a good lifestyle. Definitely a lot of people have said, Bravo, listen to the people. Or Candy, if you see this, Candy, produce Kenya's hair show surrounded by her salon. Be her people. Love to see her daddy again. Love to see Aunt Lori again. And I think Aunt Lori's daughter used to appear with her sometimes. Love to see. Her daughter is so adorable. Of course, Kenya's beautiful to look at. Definitely. So, Candy, you need to go ahead. Todd, you need to go ahead with Candy and produce Kenya's show and get it on Bravo. This will be a great time because of the strike. Great time to drop Kenya's reality show surrounded by her and get Cynthia to guest appear, be a friend of the show, because her and Cynthia, I believe they made up. They're good again. I think with Cynthia, besides them cutting out her scenes, and I'm going off the reviewers that I watch, one of them being Scotty, of course, and Alex, who I mentioned, and Here for the Real Tea, who I mentioned, other people, Willie B TV, Bondi Blue. And I gotta get to Bondi, because Bondi be in my head. And let me break down what I mean by Bondi Blue be in my head. When she said, why would these women, and I'm roughly translating this, have a side chick, and we know who the side chick is, the bat lady looking like Skeletor on crack, Courtney, or court jester, that's exactly what it is. Miss Ralph's side chick, who he went to see in Tampa, who has been all over the internet. Courtney's from Tampa. I've watched other YouTubers, Here for the Real Tea, saw him review, saw Scotty review. And why I'm mentioning the YouTubers, Guys, I'm not putting y'all in a bad light. It's because I choose to get my info from y'all. I don't go to, y'all go to the other blogs. Y'all are bloggers. I respect y'all. I'm a fan of y'all. So I would much rather push y'all. But if y'all don't want me to or mention y'all name, just hit us up and I won't. But this is out of respect for all y'all, everybody who's I'm mentioning. These are people, honestly, I hope one day to work with when we get better established, putting a couple of do a couple of shows with, hopefully give them acting opportunities who want it. I'm very serious on this. So I'm sorry for that pause because I lost my train of thought. Just being myself. But it has been revealed by many a YouTuber that Courtney's from Tampa. Ralph went to Tampa. Now we thought Ralph was there with Tampa with somebody else, and I can't mention his name because we ain't close like that. But he know who he is, and if he sees this video, he knows who I'm talking about. And so do his friends. But turns out it wasn't him, y'all. It was Courtney, and I will say allegedly because you never know. However, if there is an investigation, let's just say this. I'm not a legal person. I'm just going to speculate here and just say something. So let's just say Miss Ralph tries to sue somebody, or Courtney, or excuse me, the bat lady looking like Skeletor on crack, court jester. Try to sue somebody. All they got to do is get an investigation out on them. Allison mentioned a private eye. Drew didn't want to bring out the private eye. Drew, you be messing up. We love you, but you be messing up. And would they have shown it? If it probably worked in Drew's favor, I don't think the production would have shown it because I don't know. They might be starting to like Drew now. Definitely when Drew came on her first season, it seemed like they did not like her. And again, stop liking and favoring people, Eric. And his crew. Let's call it out. Again, I'm going to be nice because I got a little side name for y'all, you and your whole crew. But we going to be nice. Just produce. Just film. If they can't give you nothing, get rid of them and replace them. The show is so messy, that's why y'all cannot get new people. That's why people want the old people back from the show because there was a certain chemistry they had. They made the show good. When Nene spoke to Carlos, she said, and I believe I'm quoting this, it's been a while since I've seen this video, but Nene even said, some of the girls slacked, some of the girls put in their work. And I believe she got on their butt for them the slackers, to do something. And it's not about this one can carry a show by themselves or not. It's called the Atlanta Housewives, meaning all of them should be working together to carry the show. So it's not about who could carry a show by themselves. They're supposed to be working as a team. It's get on the right team. Battery's getting low. I've been on this for 20 minutes. I know, again, this is just an assessment, if that's what you want to call it. It's really not a review. Magneta. I know a lot of people say Magneta's boring, but we don't know if Magneta's giving us anything or not because they just might not be showing it. There's a lot of stuff we don't see on these shows. And also, being on a reality show is easy and at the same time not easy in my opinion. So what do I mean? If you're going to have a life outside this show, you can't act. Some people, when they only have the show, when this is their only bread and butter, they're going to go all in. A lot of people have said the troublemaker, the S-starter, which is oftentimes who the audience tends to like, the pot stirrer, whatever you want to call them, they'll go on and say, well, I can't get any other deals because I'm the troublemaker on the show. So these people know if they want to expand, they have to stay guarded and present themselves in a certain way. So I believe Agneta is giving us herself. Everybody's not messy. Again, and you got to have a balance on the show. But again, when you have production not favoring people, trying to get other people on the show to get rid of other people, it doesn't make for a good show. Y'all left out Sandra's miscarriage. Y'all left out when all the kids got together for the I believe it was Brooklyn's party. It was, or either was Eva's, one of her children's party. Y'all were cutting Cynthia. Y'all only really give us Marlo doing the same thing. She does all these pictures with her nephews, sons, and other than her being messy. Excuse me, MasterCard Billy Goat mugshot, who may or may not make a living on her knees. I'm being nice. Well, maybe I guess now she doesn't have to. I hope this made sense. I'm going to cut it short because I've been on here for a minute. So, I hope all this recorded. I did my best for y'all for a first. This is assessment, not a review. God help them next season. This is Black Samurai with 2 Geeks and a Nerd Productions. We are the geeks, you are the nerds, and we all are the nerdiest. Peace.